All right, welcome back. Happy Wednesday and yay notes. All right, first things first, I hope each and every one of you already has a fill-in sheet. So you should have your paper, it's front and back, fill-in notes, and you have your pencil, and you are ready to go. So the first thing is, I'm going to give you a little picture of a map. There you go. Question. What type of map is this? Turn to your shoulder partner. Turn to that shoulder partner. Ask them. See what they say. See what you say. See if it matches up. I'll give you about 10 seconds. On your mark, get set, go. All right, by now you should have had a chance to answer this. I'm hoping that each and every one of you did get the correct answer and that you said it is a topographic map. Excellent. Now, once again, we're going to turn to a partner, but this time we're going to go to that face partner. So stare at the person right across from you. Ask that person, what kinds of things does it show? See what they can come up with. I have 6 things I want you to come up with. See how many you can get. See if you can come up with a few. See if your partner can come up with a few. 10 seconds on your marks. Get set. Go. All right. How many things did you get? Did you get that? The feature of the earth, rivers, lakes, mountains, cities, roads, bridges, all these things can be detailed on a topographic map. So, rivers, lakes, mountains, cities, roads, bridges, all can be shown on topographic maps. Continuing. So this is a picture of a topographic map. You can see lots of different things on it. It does have pretty much everything we just said. It shows the different elevations. It does show rivers. It does show communities. It shows roads. So lots of different things can be shown on a normal topographic map. Now, right here, this is a picture similar to what you were supposed to draw on yesterday's lab. When we flipped it over to the front, at the top we had a topographic map shown. On the bottom you were going to draw this right here, like what we have on the bottom. So this right here is what I'm talking about. It is the portrait of the topographic map. So what it would look like as a side view instead of just the top-down view. So right there, other things that we can see on this topographic map, we can see all the different lines on here. So right here, when I'm looking at that line, that's called a contour line. It connects everything that's the same elevation or the same height. Contour lines do not cross. So you'll never see lines on a topographic map that cross each other. They can get very close, or they can be very spread out. That's going to tell you something different. All right. So topographic maps do show you the shape of the Earth's surface. Those lines are called contour lines. Now, a little bit more about contour lines. Contour lines, they never cross. Just like when we were doing weather, the isobars, they never crossed. If you remember, those isobars showed the same pressure throughout. Now we're talking about topographic maps. We're talking about elevation, height changing. So these never cross either. The lines will connect. And everything on that line is going to be the same height or the same elevation. When they get really close together, the land is very steep. If they're spread out, it's very gradual, it's flatter. Now when we look back here on this little chart, you can see this right here is very gradual, it's not very steep. So this part right here is a very gradual part. It's not very steep. And when you look up here at the topographic map, this line from here to here and from here to here, they're spread out. So when they're far apart, it's a very gradual slope. But on this side over here, the lines are real close together over there. So it's a lot more steep if you look at the profile view. Now contour lines, like I told you just a second ago, they show you equal elevation. So on this example, we have two different sides of the same line and they're at the same elevation. So our definition of a contour interval is the distance that separates contour lines. A lot of times on a topographic map, it will tell you the contour interval at the bottom. All right, so everyone should have that definition, contour interval, the distance that separates contour lines. So here we have a map. On this map right here shown in the screen, our first question is, what is the contour interval on this map? So we're going to have to figure out two different places and then count the number of lines between them. So right here, we have a height of 3,000. Right here, we have a height of 2,000. And now we have to see how many lines are in between them. So we have the 2,000, then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines to get up to 3,000. So we're going to have to take the difference of those two things. The difference between 3,000 and 2,000, that's a difference of 1,000. And then we divide by the number of lines that we have there. So we take that difference and then we divide by the total number of lines to get our answer. 3,000 minus 2,000 is 1,000 difference. We divide by 5, that's a 200 interval. The standard for maps is meters. Unless something else is told to you, you're going to have to go ahead and assume that we're talking about meters. Sometimes they'll be in feet, sometimes they'll be in miles, whatever it is. But unless you're actually told, you're going to go ahead and assume that it's meters. So on this map, this topographic map, our contour interval is 200 meters. Make sure you show your math and how you figured that out. Now, I have a question for you. Which mountain on here is the highest? So what I want you to do, look at this map. I want you to talk to your shoulder partner. Spend about 15 seconds. Figure out which of the mountains is highest. Is it Mountain Passaconaway, the Fool Killer, Mount Tri-Pyramid? Which one of those is our highest? 10 seconds on your mark. Get set. Go. All right, you and your partner should have figured this out by now. It is the Tri-Pyramid Mountain. There we go. Now, what is the height of the Tri-Pyramid Mountain? Ooh. So once again, you're going to have to look. You have to follow those lines and count over from them. When you do that, and you know that each line is worth 200 meters. So the height is over 4,200 to get to that summit. The last line that we have shown is right here. That's 4,200 when you count it up. See, what I did is I followed this line all the way around. So we're going to go around here, go around there. Followed it all the way around, then I counted it up from there. And counted up the lines, it's over 4,200 meters. All right. Continuing on. A contour profile. This is what we started in class yesterday. Some of the classes got further than others, but you're going to take the topographic map and you just make a side view from it. And this is going to tell you whether it gets higher or lower, whether it's steeper, whether it's more gradual slope. All right, next big word that we have is relief. Relief is the difference between the highest point and the lowest point shown. So the highest minus the lowest, and that's relief. So the difference between the highest point and the lowest point. So right here, I want you to, with your face partner, figure out what is the relief of this map. So you have to figure out the highest point shown and the lowest point shown. Talk it out. I'll give you about 10 seconds. Go. All right, you should have that by now. I want you to show your math. Your highest point and your lowest point. 4,200 minus 1,800, that's the lowest point shown. That gives you a relief, a difference of 2,400 meters. All right. Now go ahead and turn your paper over and let's continue. Looking at this map, I see that every fifth line is a little bit darker. That's called the index contour. It has the same difference in between, but that's to help you figure out which lines are which, and it makes it easier to count. So if every fifth line is darker, you can just look at the darker lines and count up or down much faster. All right, continuing. How can you tell where this is the most steep? Well, the distance between the lines is much closer. The closer lines mean it's very steep right there. If the lines are spread out, it's a very gradual, gentle slope. Just like we talked about earlier when we were looking at that profile picture. When the lines are spread out, it's a gentle slope, gradual. When the lines are real close together, it is a very steep slope or a cliff. So we have a gentle slope right there. The lines are real spread out. Then over here we have the lines really close together. It is a steep slope. Whoa, buddy. And how about a yay notes? All right. So right here we have a profile picture and we have a topographic map. The profile picture is on top. The topographic map is on bottom. So the index contour is 100 feet. 5 lines between every index. So each line is going to be worth 20. All right, very good. Just like we did before. So that means the contour interval is 20 feet. Just like we figured out earlier. If they form a mountain-like shape, that's where a valley occurs. Usually that's where water has run off. A little river or creek has formed right there. And it is a valley. Good thing to know. Now right here, I have this map already laid out for you. What I want you to do, find number 1 below this. Now I want you to list out number 1 through 10 on your paper, and we're going to write down what these things are. So number 1 right here. This is a hill. It's a gradual increase and a gradual decrease. Then number two. Number two is right over there. It is a valley. And we see that triangular shape, that mountain-looking shape. Just like we said earlier. Number three right here is a ridge. It's not quite as pointed. Number four right there. This is a saddle between two hills. Number five is a depression. Anytime you see a depression, you're going to see these little lines sticking to the inside. That's telling you it's going to go down. It craters in. You'll see depressions in different places, so that is where the elevation actually decreases right there. A draw. Number six is a draw. Number seven is a spur. Number eight is a cliff. It is a cliff because the lines get very close to each other. They're almost overlapping. So it is a very steep drop off. Number nine is over here. Number nine is a cut. And number 10 is a fill. All right. And those are the different land features that are represented on this map. And this concludes the notes for today. Yay, notes!